Hiral is standing by with us to help us understand what the initial data trends are indicating. Hiral.
Thank you. Clearly, as you mentioned, the SEBI measures that have come in to curb the excessive speculation in F&O has impacted the volumes and the turnover on both the exchanges. However, to be noted, the impact has been way higher on BSE versus what we've seen in terms of NSE. Key aspects that we're looking over here is the premium turnover that has declined on an overall basis. And secondly, some of the premium turnover from Bank Nifty as well as BankX has actually shifted to Nifty as well as Sensex weekly options. Now, let me just reiterate a few of the steps that have been taken. One is increasing lot sizes, two, restrictive weekly expiry contracts, as well as imposing higher transaction charges. Now, these changes have been implemented in phases, but the final set of measures are scheduled for the 20th of April 2025. And they did come into effect from the 20th of November 2024. Now, the data that we've collated so far and the analysis that we've done is from that week to now as to how have the changes happened. Firstly, as we mentioned about the premium turnover that has declined on the overall basis, let's look at the premium average daily trade-in volume, which is the change that happened yesterday itself. Now, from a 3-month high, the volumes have gone down by almost 94% for BSE, whereas for NSE it is down only 56%. Yes, both have seen the deep growth, but BSE has been higher. If you see in terms of the week-on-week changes for BankX as well as Bank Nifty as well, just look at the weeks from 18th to 22nd, 25th to 29th, and the last 3 weeks, you've seen a major degrowth that has come in with regards to BankX, whereas 98% was the decline versus, Bank Nifty, which has seen a decline of around 33% in the last week. Similarly, it's interesting to see how the premium turnover has shifted to Nifty as well as Sensex as well, because in the week from 18th to 22nd, you have Sensex which saw an increase of almost 141%, whereas Nifty saw an increase of around 21%. Similarly, in terms of 25 to 29, there has been a degrowth in one aspect. 2nd to the 6th of December, again, you've seen some bit of an increase that has come in. If you talk about the overall options NDTV premium, that's week on week for BSE and NSE. That is also interesting because in the week ended 18th to 22nd, BSE did see an uptick of around 64%, whereas NSE saw a degrowth. 25th to 29th, you have BSE which saw a degrowth of 23%, whereas NSE just saw a degrowth of 3%. And from 2nd to 6th, a degrowth of 9% on BSE, whereas NSE did see a growth of around 5%. And very lastly, if you see in terms of if you have to compare it to the 8-week high, again, it's a 99% degrowth that has come in with regards to BankX, whereas only a 58% degrowth in terms of Bank Nifty. Similarly, if you see in terms of Nifty and Sensex as well, a 16% degrowth coming in terms of Sensex, whereas Nifty has seen a growth of around 40%. And if you have to look at about BSE and NSE, 31% degrowth in terms of BSE for that week and a 13% only for NSE. So the data that we have so far is clearly indicating that yes, the impact has started to show. However, the impact has been higher with regards to where BSE goes versus NSE, and that's going to be a downward. And to be noted, in terms of volumes as well, NSE is seeing something higher, and you have the NSE IPO as well that is on the radar.